Welcome back, guys. So today I wanted to talk about some of the New Year's resolutions that I had been kind of thinking of accomplishing throughout the rest of 2024. New Year's resolutions, I feel like subconsciously I always make them. I'm always trying to be better about certain things, and I'm gonna go through like the broad bullet points of things I want to do, and then go more in depth about specifically what each of those bullet points entails for me as a person. And so, starting off, finances. I'm in my early 20s, and I think it is really important to kind of figure out like how you want to be saving and how, financially you kind of want to be handling things. And I graduated last year, and I've been working for the past 9 months essentially. And I would say that this is my first instance of like, being in an actual work setting and like consistently going to work. And it seems odd. Many other people have, had a lot more experience than I have. And that is something that I can admit. And so this is all still very new to me. And so, as far as finances go, my goal for 2024 is to kind of like just learning how to adjust and learning how to kind of handle things at my own pace. And what that means for me is, for example, I need to do my taxes this year, right? So just figuring out, okay, how do I get my taxes done quickly, and how am I supposed to be budgeting throughout the year, and how am I supposed to be making sure that I can be making more and more money throughout the year, and hopefully through more creative endeavors that I personally enjoy. And I'll touch on these some of these points later on in my other points, but these are just some of the kind of more general things regarding finances. So the second goal that I have for the rest of the year is to start a business. Now, this would technically apply under finances, but I'm not a business person. I've never started a business. And so to me, this seems like a very kind of separate goal, as regards to like my ambition. Um, I've always had ideas for like possible businesses that I could start. And initially, I kept believing that, oh, my ideas are very niche, or like I don't see many things like that around here. That's not really the case. I just haven't done enough research. And that's something that I'm hoping to do more and more as the year goes on, and, learning more about how to like properly start a business. But currently, I'm trying to start up a photography business. I live right next to the college that I went to, and obviously, graduation photography is kind of a niche field for photographers. And so I'm just hoping to see if I could, get a start in that kind of area, maybe even hope on, maybe even move on to more photography in other areas, and maybe even some videography of some kind. That's actually a big reason why I'm hoping to make this a more consistent weekly thing, where I'm making videos for whoever watches these videos. And, once again, if these help you in any way, that makes me very happy, but for the most part, I'd say that these videos are just for me to kind of express myself in some way. But technically, this is also an endeavor at, that business side of things, just hoping to learn how to market myself and learn how to properly go through the right steps in order to make sure I'm building up those skills in order to kind of showcase that, yeah, I am a very capable, person, and, just hoping to share my work to future clients. So, the third goal that I have for the year is that I want to start making more things from a creative standpoint. And I've probably mentioned before, I went to school for audio production, and I actually minored in video film production. And I did a lot of just photography as kind of just a hobby. And and as I mentioned in my second point, I'm hoping to bring photography as kind of an actual business kind of, ambition, and hoping to continue doing video work as kind of like a YouTube thing, and maybe even professionally as well for, clients in the future. But I didn't want to forego, my roots, which is audio production. I think I've realized that I don't like mixing very much. I'm very comfortable with engineering for other people, but frankly, I think that the area that I'm most comfortable in is still songwriting. And so I'm hoping to put out an EP sometime later this year and hoping to document that process along with you guys. And this is actually another reason why I wanted to start this YouTube channel is because, as I said, this is for me, and more specifically, I'm hoping to document things such as me making stuff and my thought process or my creative process behind some of the things that I make. And I'm hoping that through these videos I can gain a little bit more traction, but also, help people that might also be looking to do similar things, because I know that I needed a lot of guidance when it came to songwriting or when it came to doing video stuff. And now I'm taking the time to actually figure a lot of this stuff out on myself and, trying to work on video editing, work on filming, work on photography, and work on songwriting. It's a lot of different things I'm trying to do at once, but I think this is what is truly making me feel more fulfilled is making money and focusing on bettering myself financially, but also continuing on this creative endeavors that I've always continuously wanted to do. So the fourth thing that I have in mind is to just build better routines as a general kind of thing. Now, what does this mean for me? Because New Year's resolutions are all about building better routines. So what does that mean for me specifically is things such as working out, staying consistent with the first three goals that I had, and just being more responsible about things such as my mental and physical health. And so to me, building better routines as kind of general as a goal as it is, it's making those tiny steps to kind of like better myself in any kind of way that I see fit. And one of those is, working out. Working out, if I set a goal to work out 5 times a week and I can't do that because of work, at least trying to work out 3 times a week is better than nothing, right? So that's just one example of it, but also trying to cook more instead of eating out more. I might not be able to cook all the time, but I can prep food in advance and I can, just try my best to eat any small thing at home instead of going out and spending the money there. So to me, this is the most general of all the points that I'm going to be making today, just because there is no specific goal in mind. It's just a general try and build better routines kind of mentality. I think that, everyone should live with this kind of mentality, which is that, every year you'll try and be a better version of yourself, and it doesn't matter how small the change is. It doesn't matter, how consistent you are with it as long as you keep going with it. So yeah, that's my fourth point, and moving on to my last one. So my fifth and final point for today is probably the most selfish one, but I just want to travel more. I haven't traveled very much in the last 2 years, really. I mean, I mentioned in my last video that I went back to Taiwan at the end of 2023. But aside from that, I've only really been to California for, a 1 week period at the end of 2022. And I would just like to go to more places that I haven't been to and try and explore a bit more. And obviously depends on how well I do financially, but that is a big reason why I'm trying to set those financial goals. It's because I want to be achieving more things in other parts of my life. And frankly, traveling is a big part of what I want to try and do more. And hopefully, once again, document that part of my life on this channel as well and show you guys, the different things that I want to do with my life. To me, doing this channel is trying to force myself to try different things and force myself to show people that I am making progress instead of keeping it all to myself. I think for a long time I never shared a lot of stuff that I did, frankly, because I was too scared. And now that I'm out of college, I'm on my own, and I'm working, I have to push myself to you know, expose myself more and just kind of put myself out there. And this is one of those kind of opportunities that I'm, trying to take. And, hopefully traveling, making music, starting a business, handling my finances. I'm just trying to push myself in that right direction of like, I am still trying new things, and I'm, trying to show people along the way that like this is the progress that I'm making. And so while I am making this video to tell you guys about what my goals are, I will be continuously updating you all throughout the year about, how my progress is on some of these things. And hopefully y'all can see that I'm improving, and hopefully it is not a very sad reminder that I haven't changed since the making of this video. But, one can hope. But also, thank you guys for watching this video. This was another long talking one. I was actually intending on putting out my songwriting video this week, but guess what? I couldn't figure out anything to write. So instead, that will get pushed to a later point, hopefully next week, but most likely it might take a little longer than that. I am not someone that particularly likes to force myself to make something, because I feel like in those moments it just makes me feel really uncomfortable with my creative process, and frankly I tend to not be very happy with the stuff that I make during those periods of times. So hopefully you guys are forgiving about that, and I will try to come up with that video sometime late February or even beginning of March. But once again, thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope I see you guys again next week. Thank you.